We're back with part two of my interview with Franz Stefan Gady. He's a senior fellow with East-West Institute on the issue of trust. I asked him if Ukraine's trust lies more with Russia or Western alliance.
I don't really think it's a question of who is trusting who. I think we just have to face geopolitical realities here, and that is that this country has been pitted for centuries, situated for centuries in between those two huge powers. And what we see right now is just a continuation of this. On the one hand, you have Vladimir Putin's idea of a Eurasian Union, which is supposed to include Ukraine along with Belarus and Kazakhstan. On the other side, we have the ever expanding and consolidating European Union. And what I find quite interesting in that respect is that the election date for the elections in May of the European Parliament will be on May 25th. Well, Ukraine will also vote on May 25th. And I think in one way or the other, this is frankly two sides of one and the same coin. That is, it will be a decision whether the country will move more to the west, that is more towards the European Union, or more towards the east, that is the Vladimir Putin's idea of a Eurasia Union.
Okay, so let's talk about the whole EU debate. If Viktor Yanukovych had signed the trade deal with the EU last year, would we be in a different place today?
I don't think so. I do believe that Russia for the past 10 years has continuously sent warnings to the West that it will not tolerate this ever westward, eastward expansion of the influence of the European Union and NATO. Now, due to various political reasons and geopolitical developments in the world, these sort of warnings have remained unheeded. I think now we are facing the consequences of this disregard of Russia's national security interests. That doesn't really justify what Russia is doing at the moment, but certainly it explains the reaction of the Russian leadership. It is clear that Russia really sees Ukraine as an essential part of its sphere of influence. It's essentially what we deem called Putinism is in many ways a return to very traditional 19th century power diplomacy, where Russia wants to insert a couple of neutral or buffer states vis-a-vis its perceived Western opponents.
And what do you think Mr. Putin's next move is going to be in all this? There's a lot of concern of an all-out invasion.
Well, I think, broadly speaking, Russia has three broad venues to pursue. One would be negotiation, the other one would be invasion, and the third one is destabilization. I think the general consensus of opinion among experts right now and observers is that Russia is currently pursuing a policy of destabilization. And I think this will continue, and I think it may even increase in the days ahead. Now, May 9th is Victory Day in Russia, which commemorates the victory of the Wehrmacht and Nazi Germany during the Second World War. And I think we'll probably see an increase in these sorts of activities right around that time of the anniversary, and of course all the way up leading to the elections on May 25th.